Hello and welcome back to yet another lecture. So as you can see here in this video, we are going to talk about a very important concept in JavaScript, and that is known as type conversion. So let's talk about it. So the first thing that you should understand that we have used this alert function many a times from the beginning of this tutorial. So if I am passing this John, which is a string inside this, okay, saying alert John, and I click this refresh button, you can see it says John, okay, with this model window. And when I write here alert, and then I write here some random number, let's say 6782, okay, I save this, click refresh, okay, now you can see that it is saying alert 6782. And if I press okay, so if I now say here alert, and then I'm passing some boolean data type inside this true, and I again refresh it, then first of all it is saying John, then the number, and then this true, okay. So you can see that the data type of all of the things that I have passed as a parameter are different, okay. Here it was a string, here it was a number, okay, and in the third case it was a boolean data type. Now what happens, you can see whenever this alert function produces an output, it is always a string, okay. Remember this thing, that all of these things that are shown here in this model window, these are all strings, no matter what was their data type here when you were giving them as parameter, okay, they all are finally converted to a string. So this is being converted into string, and again this is also being converted to a string, and this boolean is also getting converted into a string. So this is the simplest example of type conversion, okay, and believe me, it's a very important concept. So let's now talk about it in more clear terms. So I will explain it to you in three parts, okay, and the first part is a string conversion. So let's now talk about it right away. So first of all, to explain you, I'm going to declare a variable, and I'm going to name it as, let's say, a, and inside this I'm going to store this true, which is a boolean data type, okay. Now I will show you or confirm for once that the type of a is boolean, okay. So it should produce the output as boolean. Let's see. And yes, it is saying boolean, okay, at this point. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a function known as a string function, okay, and inside this parentheses I am going to pass this variable a, and what this function basically does, whatever the parameter you are passing inside this, okay, so no matter whether the parameter that you are passing inside this function is a number or a boolean or any other data type, at the end of the day it is going to be converted into a string and returned from this function. So the result of this function, I want to store that back into this a variable, okay. So what this statement will basically do, the value which was stored inside a before it was boolean, now it will be converted into a string, okay, as a word, and then stored again inside a, okay, and the previous value which was boolean will be replaced by a string. So let's see what happens here, okay. So it will produce an string, okay. So here for verifying I have to write this alert and then type of a, and that is going to be a string. Let's see. And before that I am going to comment out these alerts, okay, these three alerts. So it's done. Let's now save this and refresh this web page. Now you can see that the first alert saying boolean and the second one is saying string. It means that I have converted the value which was stored inside a from a boolean to a string using this string function, and This type of conversion or type conversion is known as explicit type conversion. Okay, so here I will say, for your convenience, I will write that this string function, what it does, it basically does explicit type conversion. Okay, explicit type conversion. And the conversion that was going on here, okay, we are not doing anything here. Like when I passed a string, it was outputted as a string. A number, that is also being outputted as a string, and same with the boolean. So here the conversion that was going on, that is known as implicit type conversion. Okay, that is a type conversion which happens on its own automatically. So friends, this is all that you should know about string conversion. Okay, the implicit and explicit string conversion. And let me clarify you that it is very obvious, okay, in case of this string conversion, that if I am going to convert this false into a string, then it will be converted into a string like this. Okay, this false, which is a boolean, will be converted into a word, simply word. Okay, like in English. So friends, this is all in this video. Now in the next video, I am going to talk about yet another type conversion, and that is very important, and let me write its name here for you, and that is numeric conversion. So meet me in the next video and I will explain you what is numeric conversion.